Salutations! It's time for another episode of Dear Experimental Voice Box Programmer. Today we have a letter from Lex Edif. He writes, Dear Experimental Voice Box Programmer, I just started college. Everyone here eats ramen noodles. I want to be cool like everybody else. How do I make ramen noodles? Sincerely, Lex Edif. Well, Lex, while making ramen noodles by itself is not a difficult task, attaining that aura of cool that all your friends seem to have is another story. But trust me, by the time we're done here, you'll have people just begging for your top 8 spaces.
We start by choosing a packet of ramen noodles. You want to get ramen that is cheap, but not too cheap, since you will be eating it after all. I recommend Maruchan. It's cheaper than most ramen that you'll find at your local Asian food market, but not as cheap as Top Ramen. Next, you need to decide how you'll cook the ramen. If you're in a dorm room, chances are you may be limited to a microwave, but if you have a stove, I recommend the stove. You want to make sure to add just enough lukewarm water to the pot to cover the noodles. And the reason I recommend lukewarm water is because some people like to add the flavor packet once the noodles are thoroughly cooked. But as for myself, I prefer to add it right away. So then the flavor cooks into the noodles. When the ramen starts to match the color of the broth, then your ramen is ready.
And remember, any hipster worth his Miles Davis collection knows that if you want to impress people, you need to eat your ramen with chopsticks while practicing kanji and listening to Shibuya-kei. Until next time, stay weird.